Hi, and welcome to Worth the War. My name is Kimmy. The purpose of this channel is to prepare people to love well. We are building a community to help provide ways to navigate modern love and dating culture without being broken. We'll cover some ideas on how to do that today. Here's the question we're asking ourselves. Is dating helping or hurting us in relationships? Dating, the word, came from writing a meeting time on your calendar. Hardly rocket science. But not too much more thought went into it than that. Up until the 19th century, marriage was basically a business deal based on money, power, children, land. Eventually, we moved to a more protective courtship model where compatibility became part of the equation. Last week, I left you with a question. How long has love been the main reason for choosing a life partner? Well, the answer is about 100 years. Essentially, in historical terms, that's an experiment. We know that there have been stories of love as far back as the written word, in the Iliad, the Old Testament, and Shakespeare. But the main reason you chose a partner was far less romantic. People didn't get married for love. That would have been a bonus. It was good if you liked them. Parents controlled the process, and women had limited choice. Some of the same elements drove it well up into the 20s, but when the 20s hit, it was like a hurricane. Women had the vote, the young generation was ready for choice and freedom and to untie themselves from the tethers of courtship. So in less than 30 years, we went from courtship to group dating to acceptable one-on-one dates. Attraction, entertainment, and love became the reasons that people dated. The 60s brought in free love that removed the stigma of uncommitted sex from many, and sex became a relationship factor unto itself. So that's where we get to dating today. Fast track that with college experiences being a free-for-all with little to no adult input, then add drugs and porn and dating sites, and you get a sense of where we are. We have a hookup culture, large numbers of sexual assaults and intimate partner violence, unwanted pregnancies, and quite frankly, a lot of confused expectations. And who could blame anyone for being confused? On one hand, we push out fairy tale pictures of love in movies and stories, and in reality, we have uncertain methods of getting together and giving up, hookup bars, and ghosting. I don't think we can look at this and not say it's doing some harm. But no one should take my opinion. Let's also look at the mental health in the dating population. I don't need to give you every statistic, but if you check out the CDC website, you're going to see that depression is on the rise. Nearly 9% of the dating population is diagnosed depressed. You know that that's a small percentage of those who are actually depressed. Suicide is at its highest rate in recent history, and it's the second cause of death for the teen population. We have high rates of self-reported isolation, and more than half of our committed relationships end in divorce. I don't see how we can call modern culture's approach to dating and love a raging success. I'm obviously not advocating a return to the dark ages of love. Love as a business transaction, women as property. Freedom is what our culture is based in, and it's where we thrive. We are also not a theocracy, and we have no reason to legislate morals. But a little time on social media, listen to a few songs, watch a couple movies, talk to a couple people that are in the dating generation, and we're going to see the dating population is losing hope in finding a heart capable of real love, more or less one that is open to building a life with someone. Maybe, just maybe, we threw out the baby with the bathwater. Just maybe the intentional protection of both men and women isn't such a bad idea. Having goals of compatibility and understanding where you are going doesn't have to suck the fun out of dating. Just maybe it would add to it. We've become a culture that jumps into love and sex based on hormones, and we hope there won't be too much damage. Preparation is nil to nowhere, and wisdom is considered counterintuitive. Abuse, hookups, and STDs, mixed with no basis for safety for body or soul. Is this really the path we want to take? Has anyone ever stopped to think that we could have the best of both? Self-imposed protection and intentional decision-making with freedom to choose a compatible partner? We don't have to give up a whole heart for the trial and error method of dating we're pushing today. A little intention and wisdom, and you can focus your dating life on knowing what you want and how to build it. Being transparent and willing to pass on anyone who is enamored with the kind of love and relationship that's leaving more scars than anything else. Now we can circle back to our question, does dating help us or hurt us in our relationships? The truth is, dating is causing a lot of harm today. The views we have on love and relationship border on toxicity. But there is hope. We can reframe the good parts of dating, combine them with some wisdom of being intentional and protective and selective. We can find a compatible partner and not sacrifice ourselves on the road. And the truth is, many people think the sample the chocolates method will get them where they want to go. But deep down, they don't want to admit they don't feel as casual as the dating culture requires. It leaves them brokenhearted, losing trust and hope. Rushing the process has become the norm, and early sex complicates the situation and clouds the judgment, and gives us risks for both partners. I don't think you have to choose between having a whole heart and finding a partner. You can date and meet people, but with a different set of goals and expectations. Dating can be a helpful way to find a partner, but it's all about the approach. Here at Worth the War, we will keep presenting new ways to help you navigate the waters out there, to teach your children, and to share with your friends. As we grow in number, we hope to be a voice for healthy change in the culture. Remember, the entire approach to dating changed in around 100 years with little to no thought. Imagine what a movement of determined and educated people longing to help spare and protect hearts from abuse and brokenness could accomplish. Next week, we will cover some things to think about implementing as you date or prepare someone else to. The question of the week relates to it. What is one thing you think everyone should know before they go on their first date? If you have dated or are dating, what is the one thing you wish someone would have told you? Please consider putting your answer down below in the comments so I can interact with your thoughts as well. Thanks for sharing your time. Please subscribe and like and engage so we can grow in our number and grow our community. There is strength in numbers. See you next week, and take care.